Hey, I'm Alex, and I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about how to use Structify. This is going to be a series of educational videos. This is the first one. We're going to try to go for about a once-a-day cadence. This one I'm going to show you the basics of connectors. Specifically, we're going to use the Hubspot and Slack connector. So I'll start walking you through. We're going to go to the left side here. We're going to click on connectors. A connector is just a way to integrate Structify with an external service. Anything, for the technical people, anything with an API key works. For a non-technical person, I would suggest just either asking us directly if you really need one. This will just pop up and come to me. Or you can email your developer as well. Or you can go through one of the visual onboardings. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to go about connecting Hubspot to Structify. Go through here. Nice, beautiful stuff. Now we have a Hubspot connector. Nice. I'm going to go through it one more time for Slack. This is just going to be, I think I'm going to do two different pipelines. I'm going to do one that is pretty much just fun, and then another one that is a more legitimate use case. You pull in 10 random companies from our Hubspot from sometime in the last 2 years. So we're going to start with this. I like using Structify as more of an iterative tool, so you can just craft a very long prompt and try to zero-shot it well or one-shot it. I generally like trying to see what the data looks like, iterate over and over. So right now it's going about, it's writing the files itself. Everything in Structify is backed by code, so when you actually have something you like and you want to run it over and over, it's much more reliable. And we like to make the code look as good as possible. So we've pulled 10 random companies from our Hubspot, and looks like we have a lot of information here that's missing. So actually, I'm going to do an ad hoc call here, and I'm going to say we're going to do a web enhancement on this. So as a next step, can you do a web enhancement to help get rid of all the nulls in the first node? Our goal is to make it like as easy as possible. So you're just as if you were talking to your data analyst. Like if you wanted to, you could just say it the same way you would to your data analyst and say, why the F for all these things nulls, and hopefully our agent could figure out that you don't want them to be nulls rather than explaining to you, why, or maybe that is what you want, but okay, so we're gonna pull in the Hubspot data. We're gonna start doing some web enhancements on here. Nice. These are gonna take a little bit of a couple seconds. These are going about actually scraping the web. You can see like this is pulling information from their LinkedIn. Oh, I'll have to look into that after. So we're pulling in all this information. Figured out, Omnipilot is in London. Lovely. And then once this is done, let's do a little bit of a silly one. Let's say, can you choose your favorite company and message us in the Slack about it in the general with a fun fact, let's say related to its name. I really like trying to make, part of Structify is trying to make data fun. So like it's not meant to be nearly as scary as it is. You have an AI abstraction that means that you don't have to be years in the data engineering academy in order to understand what's happening. So it's going to be hopefully feel like you're getting your work done, but you're actually enjoying doing it. The long tail of these tends to go a bit longer because the longest jobs are it's an exponentially decaying rate, so they are going to take longer. But once this is done, I'm just going to send this prompt, and then hopefully this whole thing, you're gonna see something pretty cool that we're excited about. We call it single node refresh internally, but basically what it means is if something is run, it's not going to run again. So Unlike if you were just using Claude Code locally or Cursor locally, we do caching at every single function. Caching just meaning that if something is run, it really shouldn't be running again unless something about it changed or its inputs changed. So even though this takes like whatever, it's taken 2 minutes to run, maybe 2.5 minutes before it's done, we can just run this whole thing again with the new prompt when that's ready. And we're going to see it hop over the enhanced missing company data and just go straight into this last one. There we go. So we got a lot of we got the industries down, we got the cities, we got the states, got the country. If you're curious why some of them are null, we can go into how to debug web jobs another time. I think that should be a whole different video onto itself. But let's just do our fun little Slack connector, pulling in from Hubspot, enhancing some missing information, and then sending it to my Slack. So, I mean, we actually have one of these that runs every day where we look at who has signed up within the last 24 hours, looks at all their company information, and then rates which is most likely to buy Structify, and then sends that to our Slack each morning so we know who to reach out to, who could be most benefited by the product. Oh, this is a fun thing, yeah. So it has the ability to run Python code when it's debugging things. So if it's trying to figure out why something is or isn't working, it can just run that through. Let's see. So I'm just going to pop in here for 1 second. I'm curious where it sent it to. You always can revert back to the code, see where exactly it's sending. Okay, so it sent it in the general. If you are technical or if you're semi-technical, feel free to just like poke in and see. Let's hop in here. For the general. Whoop. Sure, yeah, so it just sent one. We already have Nico responding in there. So I mean, this is just a quick video on how you're going to be able to pull in from your HubSpot, post to your Slack. Let's try one more. We're going to do one-shot prompt, see if we're going to be able to get it working. Can you pull in the most recent companies from HubSpot to have joined? Let's say the last 10, or let's go with last 10. Don't want to dump the whole CRM in this video. Let's say the last 10, then classify them by whether they may have data needs, then send a list of them to the go-to-market channel. So this case, I'm going to try to zero-shot it. It's going to go straight into writing the code. We've saved some information around what your HubSpot looks like, what your Slack looks like, and we're going to be able to hopefully just write this code and be able to zero-shot this use case. If it doesn't, we always have the AI debugging features that are going to try to help you out. Right now, you have to mash that fix with AI button, but hopefully it's going to auto-fix soon. Giving you a little preview of the features there. I'm also just going to briefly mention that once this is ready to go, then we should be able to, well, actually, let's just say. So this is it, building up the sandbox. Everything is in a very isolated, secure environment. So we extracted some companies. We're now going to classify them automatically, trying to figure out if they have good data needs. I think Tiger probably has good data needs, if I had to guess. And then we're going to send them to the go-to-market channel right after. Frankly, I don't understand why more companies don't have something like this. It's very nice to be able to get a list of everybody who signed up, and you can do whatever web enrichments you want on that to see, try to figure out who the person that signed up is, who the company is, try to figure out if they're a good user, whether you should reach out to them, whatever logic you want to put around that. Feel free to do so on Structify. Just put it into the prompt, try it out. When you're ready, you're going to be able to pop in here and schedule it. This just means it's going to run over and over at a regular cadence. So like I said earlier, I just got one that runs daily. I assume you don't want this one running every minute. That'd be a bit explodey in the Slack, but you're able to choose as much as you want. I think this might be a bit too much of a technical way of doing this. We might have to make it like a clock or something. Again, the tail end takes a bit longer. It's okay. Just wait it out. We're continually working on making this faster. So, yeah, hopefully by the time y'all are watching this video, these will be a bit quicker. Wait one more second. That's a very hard company to classify clearly. I wonder who it is. It's IVP. I don't know who IVP is, but we'll see if they have data needs. Once this is done, then we're just going to automatically ping the go-to-market channel. Oh, I guess something worth noting. This UI might change a little bit because it's kind of confusing, so we're gonna have to work on it. If I wanted to run this again, I wanted to send something else to my go-to-market channel without scheduling. It has already saved the results of each of these. And so if you want to run it fully again while ignoring the saved results, you can force rerun everything. And that is going to stop what's currently running, start from the beginning, and rerun everything. So if ever you want to pull in new information and you don't want it to keep going from that saved state, then feel free to just force rerun. Let's see. I'll name this in the meantime. Sample or Hubspot Slack sample 1. There we go. We gotta send to the go-to-market channel, and yes, I mean this is. I'll go track it down. There we go. So here's 10 high leads we should go talk to. These types of folks. Oh, that's fun. So it actually wrote like an example of why we should talk to these people too, which is super sick. You can just click in. Yeah, sometimes it does a little bit above and beyond. It's fun to try to see how much you want it to guess what you're going for versus just do exactly what you say. We try to infer it, but sometimes they're still surprised. A little bit of the fun. Yeah, so I mean that's all for today. I'm going to try to keep this up at a daily cadence. You occasionally might see some of the other Structify folks coming in here and filming these videos, but just stay subscribed and keep watching for more.